Right now, the conversation around racism is everywhere. Everywhere you look. It's in social media. It's constantly in the news. It's in the social interactions that you have with your friends. And so I'm sure that you have weighed in on it. And maybe you're the kind of person who really wants to support people who are treated unfairly, who don't have the same rights as you do. And you're out there, you're using your voice, and you're trying to help in any way that you can. But you notice that the dialogue around it isn't always friendly. And even though you're in a place where you want to offer support, that people who have been living with this for a long time sometimes don't seem excited or even happy that you're in the mix, that you're there trying to support them. And I wanted to offer possibly a reason why. I can't speak on behalf of everyone. Please know that I am partly using my first-person experience and also my understanding of how people feel that are in the minority, that are getting a chance to use their voice, that are getting a chance to have their issue under the spotlight right now. And I want you to imagine that you have a scar. Like, pick a spot on your body and say, right here, there's a scar. And that over the course of your years that you've been alive, just think about your age, that every day, at least once a day, someone stabs the scar. So there was a first day where you were cut open, and then every day someone goes to that exact spot and they kind of poke around on your scar, and they do it in a number of ways. Over the years, in response to that, you learn how to avoid people that you think are going to poke at that scar. And you might even go so far as to do things to completely protect yourself from that. When someone comes up and they seem friendly, because in the past, there might have been someone who seemed friendly who ended up getting access to your scar, you're not going to seem as excited to interact with them. You can obviously see the metaphor that I'm trying to use here, that when you experience racism on a daily basis from the time that you're very young, you have a place that hurts. And you try to be open, and people come and they make mistakes, and it's like poking the same sore place over and over again. And as you get older and you get into later stages of adulthood, let's say, you find a way to protect yourself. And you can do that by socializing with people who are more like you so you can speak freely. You might be very quiet and hold back what your feelings are. You might express anger and create really strong boundaries. And all these things that you would be doing if you were experiencing racism are normal. They're ways for you to protect yourself from a hurt that you've already experienced over and over again. Now enter this moment where people are really understanding what is going on. They really understand and they want to help you who has experienced racism your whole life, and you don't seem excited and you don't seem happy because in a way you're scared. What happens if I open up that area and I get hurt again? I don't want this to be like it was before. Now, I don't really know what the answer is completely to what we can do to build trust among each other. The only thing I can say is that consistency and persistence is the name of the game. That if you are willing to show up over and over again and become more and more part of the dialogue so that it's not about someone else anymore, that it's about you and that person, that will help. And then also be willing to allow that person who has experienced unfairness for such a long time, to have a second to determine whether you are a person that they want to trust. You have to give them that. Once they make that decision and you show up and you are persistent and consistent and you are in the fight with them, learning and growing, I promise that will be a relationship that could last a lifetime and that you will be making such a difference in that person's life in a way that you couldn't possibly imagine. So don't get discouraged if your good efforts feel like they're not appreciated. It's not that at all. It's that there's a scar that's been hurt over and over again. And there are some layers of protection that are there that will take a little longer than a few months or years maybe to really fully engage in a powerful relationship that both of you deserve.